So in this video, we are going to learn how to create or update record with custom fields in Zoho CRM on Jotform submission. Let's say you are using Zoho CRM as a CRM platform to maintain all the records related to leads, contact, deals and everything. And you are using Jotform to collect information details or form responses from the user. Now you want that whenever you receive a new form submission, a new response, let's say from a user in Jotform, you want that the details of this form submission should be added, should be created as a new record in Zoho CRM. Or if you already have the details of these users, in that case, the record should be updated. The details should be updated with the custom fields which you have added. Now let me tell you, you can actually automate this complete process with Pabbly Connect. And in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission in Jotform, automatically the data will be inserted, or if we already have, the records will be updated with custom field in Zoho CRM. So if you want to know how you can set up this kind of automation for Zoho CRM to insert or update the existing record with custom field, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Jotform to Zoho CRM. And then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this workflow and click on Create. Now you can see a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. Now triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Jotform or our trigger platform with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we are going to receive a new form submission, a new form response from Jotform, automatically the details of that form submission will be captured inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. Now after that, we'll move to our action step, and in our action step, what we are going to do, we want to update or insert a new record. If the user who is making the form submission, if that person is already added as a contact in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, we want to update the details of that contact. And if the user is not added in our Zoho CRM account as a contact, in that case, we want to create a new one. So we will be using insert or update record as the action event in Zoho CRM. So let's see how it actually works, how you can automatically create or update the records in Zoho CRM. Starting from our trigger step, we will first set up the Jotform trigger. Here in Choose App, search for Jotform. And then in trigger event from the drop-down, select new response as the trigger event. After selecting this trigger event, here Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect the form which we have created in Jotform with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and go to your Jotform account. After coming to Jotform, just go to settings of the form. And then from the left sidebar, here you can see integrations. Just select integrations over here. After coming to the integration section, search for webhook and select this webhooks option. Add the same webhook URL which we have copied and paste it over here in this add webhook section. Click on complete integration. And this is it. We have successfully connected this form which we have created in Jotform with Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever we are going to receive a new form submission in Jotform, automatically the details of that form submission, the form responses, will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some new response, some form submission data from Jotform. So let's do it. We will go to a Jotform account and we are going to make a test form submission. I will just copy the link of this form and paste it in a new tab. And we are going to make a form submission. Now this time, because we are basically inserting or updating the records in our Zoho CRM account, let's take an example of an existing contact. So I have this contact named as dummy user in my Zoho CRM account. Now we will be entering the details of this user in this form submission, and we are going to make some changes, and we will see using this automation whether this particular contact, existing contact, gets updated or not. So this is the name of the person, that is the contact name is dummy user. So we are going to enter the same name, dummy user. Then we are going to enter the same email address and also the mobile number. Now this time there is a mobile number with this contact. Let me change this mobile number. We are going to change the mobile number of this user. So using this automation, we are going to update the mobile number of this contact. Then we have the address details. So right now in my Zoho CRM account, we don't have any address for this contact. So let's add a dummy address as well. Then it is asking us for the position. So I just took an example of creating a job application form. So we are just taking an example of this value, that is position. And the position is developer. Then it is asking us for the work experience. So let's say I want to add a work experience in month as 16 months. Then it is asking us education and skills. So I'm just going to enter some dummy details in education and skills. Okay, so here we have entered some details. So in education, I have entered Masters of Engineering in Software Engineering. The institution is ABC University. Specialization is software development, and the graduation year is 2022. And the skills are Python, JavaScript, Java, C++, and some basic skills as well. And then here in availability, here I'm selecting full-time as the option. So just now what we have done, we have basically entered the details in this form. Now after this, let's submit this form. After submitting this form, here you can see this form is successfully submitted, which means we have successfully received some response in this form. Now, because we have connected this form with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow within few seconds, we have received the response in our trigger step. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same form submission which we have just now received, which we have just now made. Here you can see the drop down, which is full time. We have the same option. Then you can see the same state, PIN code, city, and the address which we have just now entered. You can see the same mobile number entered in form submission. We have the email address, last name, first name, position, and the total work experience. We have also received the response of the skills and the education of the person, of the user who submitted the form. So in this way, we have successfully connected our Jotform with Pabbly Connect and received the form responses over here. Now, in the next step, what we want to do, we want to add this person as a contact in Zoho CRM. Or if we already have this person as a contact in Zoho CRM, in that case, we want to update the details. And we want to update the details with custom fields as well. So in my Zoho CRM account, I have added some custom fields too, like availability, total work experience in months, skills, education. I have added these custom fields in my Zoho CRM account. Now we want to update the contact with these custom fields. For that, what we are going to do, we will just scroll down and come to this actions tab. And here in choose app, we are going to search for Zoho CRM. Just select it. After selecting Zoho CRM, an action event from this drop-down, select the action event as insert/update record. So this is the action event which we are going to use, insert/update record. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Zoho CRM account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this connect with Zoho CRM button. Now as we click on it, it is asking us for the domain of our Zoho CRM account. So while creating or having your Zoho CRM account, you might be having any one domain out of all of this. So you have to enter the domain of your Zoho CRM account. You will get the domain in the URL section. Like you can see, the domain of my Zoho CRM account is zoho.in. So I'm going to enter zoho.in as the domain, as you can see this option. And then just click on save. Now as we click on save, because we have logged into our Zoho CRM account, it has searched for the same account, and basically it is asking us for the permission. So just click on this accept button, and as we click on accept, we will see our Zoho CRM account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the module name, that in which particular module we want to insert or update the record. And in this dropdown, you can see a list of different modules, all the modules offered by Zoho CRM. Now, whether you are updating or creating a lead, a contact, an account, or a deal, you have to select that particular module. Right now, we are just creating or updating new contacts. So here we are going to select contacts as the module. After selecting contacts as the module, it is asking us for the layout. Now here it is most likely possible that you might have created multiple layouts in your Zoho CRM account. So here right now I have this particular layout of contact with all of these fields, and the name of this layout is the standard layout. If you want to create more layouts and if you want to add some custom fields in your Zoho CRM account, you just have to go to the settings section, the setup section, and here under customization, go to modules and fields. After coming to this section, select the particular module, that is contact, go to layouts, and here you can see all the layouts which we have added. Right now I have only one layout named as standard. If we go to edit layout section, here you can see these are the complete layout. These are the complete details which I'm using to store my new contact details. These are some basic details, and here you can see the details, the text in brown. These are some custom fields which I have added specifically. Now we are going to basically update the details in these custom fields as well. Now because we have created this layout and selected the same layout over here, you will see under this section, under this Pabbly Connect Actions tab, you will see the same custom fields as well. So here we have total work experience in months. You can see the same custom field for total work experience. We have position applying for, we have the same custom field over here. So in this way, or whatever custom fields you are going to create in your Zoho CRM account under the layout section, by selecting the same layout over here, you will see all of those custom fields in this actions tab. Now what we have to do, we have to map the details of the contact which we have received from Jotform. So we have received a Jotform response. Now we want to add this person as a contact in Zoho CRM, or if we already have, in that case, we want to update the details. So we will be using the process of mapping. Now, after selecting layout, the next field is pipeline name. Now, if you are creating or updating some deal related records, in that case, the name of the pipeline is mandatory. But in other cases, it is not. So we are just going to ignore this field. Then it is asking us duplicate check field. Now, this duplicate check field is very important. Now, because using the same action event, we are creating and also updating the record. We are inserting a new record and also updating. But before updating the record, we have to check that whether this same person, this same contact do exist in our Zoho CRM account or not. If they exist, in that case, we are going to update the record. And if not, in that case, we are going to insert a new record. So it is asking us that using which particular field we want to check for the duplicate records, that do this person already exist in our Zoho CRM or not. So usually we use the field of email. So we are going to write email over here, and we are telling this field that using the email address, we want to check whether the same person do exist in our Zoho CRM account or not. Instead of email, you can use phone number, mobile number, fax number, or name as well. But every user has a unique email address. That's why it's best practice to use email as a duplicate check fields. After this, it is asking us record image. So if you want, you can add some image to this person, this record as well. Right now, we don't want to add an image and we don't have one. So we can just ignore this field. Then you have an option to enter the contact owner, that who will be owning this contact in your Zoho CRM account if you have multiple users in your Zoho CRM account. Right now, I just don't want to enter the contact owner as well. Then it comes the first name, that what will be the first name of this contact. We have received the response of the first name of the contact over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to map these responses of first name, last name to their respective fields. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Jotform. And out of all of this, select the response of first name and map it over here. After mapping the first name, it is asking us for the salutation. So if you want to assign or add some kind of salutation to these contacts, you can just select it, or you can select none over here. Then it is asking us for the last name. So once again, we will use the same process of mapping. We will click on this field, and from this drop down, you can select the response of last name received from Jotform responses, and the last name will be mapped. So in this way, whatever details the user is going to enter in Jotform submission, with the same details, we are going to create or update the contact. Then it is asking us for the email. So we are going to map the response of email address received from Jotform. And using the same email address, because we have selected email as the duplicate check field, it is going to check that whether this contact do exist in Zoho CRM or not. if this email address, if a contact with this email address exists, in that case, we are going to update the record, update the details of that contact. Which do? So here guys, we have selected the same contact which we already have in Zoho CRM. This means when we complete this action step of Zoho CRM, these details, whatever details we have entered in Jotform, these details will be updated for this contact in our Zoho CRM account. And we are also going to update the custom fields which we have created over here. Then after email, let's map the mobile number. Let's select the response of mobile number and we are going to map it. Then let's map the response in this custom field of total work experience. So we have the response of total work experience in months. Then map the response of position applying for. So the position for which the user was applying was developer. Then in availability, we want to select this option of full time. Then in total work experience in months, once again, we want to map the same response. Here it is. Then in skills, we want to map the response of skills which they have selected. Here it is. And in education, we are going to map the response of education. So in this way, we have to basically map the responses into their respective field, all the responses which we have received. So we have this address line 1. Then if you want, you can add multiple responses in the same field too. So we have 2 lines of address, but in Zoho CRM, we have only mailing street as the field. So we have basically mapped 2 responses in the same field. So whatever response, whatever details you are going to map over here, in this way, after creating this automation, the same details will be added in our Zoho CRM contact details, record details. Just select the state over here. Here it is. And at last, let's select the zip code. So in this way, we have mapped all of the details into their respective field. And most of these fields are custom fields as well, which we have customized and added in our Zoho CRM account. After mapping the details in all of these fields, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here it is giving us a response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, these details are now added in our Zoho CRM account. Now, after mapping these details, if we have a customer with the same email address in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, all of these details will be updated. The contact or the record will be updated. And if we don't have the user with the same email address in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, a new record will be inserted in Zoho CRM. So let's check it. Now, while we are making the form submission, we saw that we had the same user with the same email address in our Zoho CRM account. Now, after completing this action step, let's refresh this contacts page once. And yes, here you can see that the details of the same contact, the details of the same record are now updated. We have the same email address, we have the same user, but this time the mobile number is updated. Then after that, we will scroll down. Here you can see we had a custom field of total work experience in month. We have successfully updated the record in the custom field, position applying for, availability, total work experience, skills, education, and address as well. Earlier when we had this contact, all of these details were missing. But now, using this automation which we have created in Pabbly Connect, we have completed that as well. We have set up this automation in such a way that using which we can insert a new record or update the existing record as we receive a new Jotform submission. Now, as I told you, instead of Jotform, you can basically use any trigger, any application of your choice. So we have successfully created this automation, but we are going to test this automation a couple of times. So what we are going to do, we will just go to the same Jotform and we are going to make a new form submission. This time we are going to use the details. We are going to enter the details of a user which does not exist in our Zoho CRM account. We are going to insert a record which does not exist. For example, the name of the person is test user. The email address is this. And this is the dummy mobile number which we are going to enter. Now let's enter the street. This is the address. City is, for example, Mumbai. State is Maharashtra. And PIN code is this. Then it is applying for the position of, for example, video creator. And the total experience is, for example, 13 months. In education and skill, let me enter some details over here. Okay, so I have successfully added these details in education and skills. Now let's select the availability as, for example, part-time this time. and let's click on submit. Now, as we click on submit, once again, we have received a new form submission, a new response in Jotform. And after receiving this response, we will see instantly within seconds, a new record will be created. Or if we already have this person in Zoho CRM, then the record will be updated in our Zoho CRM account. So we'll just refresh this contacts page of Zoho CRM. And yes, here you can see test user, the same person whose details we have just now added in Jotform. The same person is now added over here. This new record is created in Zoho CRM. We have the same email, same mobile number, we have the same details like work experience, position, availability, we have the same skills and education, and also the address. Now, if we don't have the user, now we saw this example, this real-time automation test, that if we don't have the existing users in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, we are going to create a new user. We are going to create a new record. Now, if we already have a record, for example, let's take an example of this user, this sample data which we have. Now, if we already have the details of this particular contact of this record, in that case, what is going to happen? In that case, we are basically going to update the details over here. We have this custom fields. As you can see, these are blank. We do have the address, but all of these details are blank. So what we are going to do, once again, we are going to make a form submission. This time the email of the person is this, and we can see we have this contact, this person in our Zoho CRM account. Now from this contact's name, what we are going to do, we are going to remove this sample. So we are going to enter this contact name over here. That is Chris Marier. Then in phone number, I'm going to change the phone number of this person as well. And in address as well, address, let's say address we are going to enter is this. Delhi, state is Delhi, and this is the PIN code. So we have entered another dummy details over here. Now in position, let's say we are going to apply for the position of customer support executive. And in work experience, we are going to enter 14. In education, let's enter some other education skill related details. Or what we can do, we can add we are testing in education. And this is a test skill. In our ability, let's select flexible. So just now what we have done, we have entered the details of the existing user. We had an existing contact in our Zoho CRM account. We have selected the email address of the same contact, and we are going to make a form submission for the same person. And as we make this form submission, we will see within few seconds, the details of this contact, this particular record which we had in Zoho CRM will be updated. So we will just and yes, here you can see this particular record is updated. We have the new mobile number, we have the new other details, and we have the custom field details. These were the custom fields which we have added, and these details are now updated as well. So we have tested this automation a couple of times, and this automation is working perfectly fine. Now using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new response in Jotform, automatically a new record will be inserted or an existing record will be updated in Zoho CRM. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.